It's very upsetting. This doesn't happen here, and I feel so bad for the family, you know.
Community rocked by an unspeakable tragedy.
When they opened up that bucket, they found the 60-year-old deceased inside that bucket.
Beyond shock. It's got me shaking just thinking about it, that something like this could happen.
My prayers go out to the family of this child. This is a senseless type incident that happened, but I can assure you that the Harahan Police Department and the Sheriff's Office are there for the family.
But court documents show there was conflict between the mother and Landon or Lim dating back to 2021. In one incident, court documents show the two women got into a physical confrontation during a swim meet for one of the kids, and Bella's father had to intervene. In another incident, the two seemed to scuffle during a soccer game. Chief LaPrae says the investigation into the little girl's murder is far from over.
Alright, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. And listen, before I jump into the video, I gotta start it off the right way by saying RIP to this beautiful child. And I also want to send my condolences out to the whole entire family about the situation that took place with her. And I want to send a special condolence out to the mother and the father about this situation. Now, as of now, they aren't being charged or even included as being someone that did something to the child. They are totally excluded, so that's great. And yeah, the way that this all got started was the father actually was wondering where they were at. He actually put out that they were missing, and come to find out, the whole time the child was being, you know, killed, which is very sad and unfortunate, man. You can't trust people these days with your children. I don't give a damn if it's a new boyfriend, whatever the case may be. It takes time to build these relationships these days, man. You gotta really take your time and really dissect the person before they get the opportunity to be around your child. Yes, it is a privilege. Yes, so you gotta make sure that you treat it as such. Don't just bring anybody around. You know, you gotta take your time and analyze these people. People are crazy as hell these days, as you can see. But yeah, man, the ex-stepmother took the child, harmed the child, and stuffed the child inside of a 10-gallon bucket, and took the bucket on a wagon, dragged the wagon to the mother's porch, to the mother's front yard, and left the child there stuffed inside of that 10-gallon bucket. She's a sick individual. They said that the child suffered multiple injuries. They're being very vague with the details, which is understandable, and I kind of appreciate them for that because, man, you know, I really would hate to have to read something like that right now. It's already bad enough that the child is gone, but all them details, I'm just not ready for right now, mentally and spiritually. But yeah, man, you know, the father actually, you know, called the police, let them know what was going on. And, you know, for the child to have to actually go through something like this is just so sad and sickening, man. You know, they be putting faith and trust into another human being, and they do them like this. You know what I'm saying? They already probably got a problem with you being there, you know, since the mother and father is there, and then they look past it and put trust into you, and you do them like this. It just ain't what's up at all. They need to go ahead and do something about her. And like I always say, man, situations like this should be handled where the person actually gets the same punishment as they gave the child or the victim in these type of situations. There's no justification for it at all. I'm pretty sure she was mad at the mom or whatever the case may be, but you know, you can't let nothing like that get you like this. This is just an evil spirited person. She just had it out for the child since she probably came, you know. And it's sad that a lot of people are letting these goddamn relationships drive them this goddamn crazy, man. You gotta learn when to get up and leave, man. You know, don't let nothing make you go out there and try to kill somebody and take their life or do all type of weird ass shit, man. Go on somewhere, man. You know what I'm saying? When you analyze the situation and realize that it's not for you, you need to get your ass up out of it. Don't take somebody else's life or harm them in any type of way, man. Take your lick and keep it pushing. All that bringing the next person down because you down just lame. Quit all that shit and keep on pushing with your life, man. For real, for real. But I got a couple of updates, a couple of news footage, clips and things like that, you know, with a sequence of events from the beginning to where we at right now in this situation. But the mother and the father aren't involved in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion as of now, and I really commend them on that. And it's sad that you got to do that these days, but man, the fathers and the mothers are doing some of the most despicable things these days. So, you know, I just got to say that I'm just glad it wasn't them that did this. I hate that it happened anyway, But you know, that would add some insult to injury if it was her parents, you know what I'm saying, man? But anyways, let's go ahead and get into these little updates real quick.
It's very upsetting. This doesn't happen here, and I feel so bad for the family, you know.
A Jefferson Parish community rocked by an unspeakable tragedy. Tonight we have new details about the death of a child in a quiet Harahan neighborhood.
Well, not too long ago, the sheriff confirmed an arrest after a 6-year-old was found in a 10-gallon bucket. WGSU reporter Morgan Lentis has been following this heartbreaking story all day. Morgan.
Well, ladies, the details of this case are just so horrible, unimaginable, really, but we do want to give you the latest information, which we just received a short time ago, so let's get into it. Jefferson Parish Sheriff Joe Lapinto confirming to us that 6-year-old Bella Fontanelle was found dead inside what he described as a 10-gallon bucket placed in the front yard of her biological mother's home late last night. That home is on Sedgefield Drive in Harahan. Investigators say 43-year-old Hannah Landon wheeled the bucket from the home she shares with that little girl's father, which is 1 block away on Donnellan Drive. That's where police spent much of their day today, trying to figure out why the girlfriend of the victim's father committed such a gruesome act. Now, investigators also were spending the day searching for Landon. We're told she was found this afternoon at a local hospital. She is now in custody and is expected to be charged with first-degree murder. We also heard from the chief of Harahan Police, who was emotional describing this awful crime.
We're a small town, we're a safe town, and I just want the citizens to know that my heart and my prayers go out to the family of this child. This is a senseless type incident that happened, but I can assure you that the Harahan Police Department and the Sheriff's Office are there for the family.
They're gonna get her.
And obviously our hearts break for that family as well. I do want to let you know that we learned today that little girl, just 6 years old, was a kindergartner at St. Matthew of the Apostle. We've also learned that classes have been canceled at that school for the rest of the week so that students and staff can spend some time processing this tragedy. The last thing I do want to let you know is that the Sheriff Joe Lapinto telling us that both the biological mother and biological father of that little girl are believed to have had nothing to do with this terrible crime.
And I think that some of y'all probably gonna be kind of weirded out a little bit about why we are specifying that part. It's because people are going so crazy. The most stories that we've been hearing about lately when it comes to children are the parents that are doing these things to the children. So yes, we have to specify that and actually commend people on not taking their own children's life. That's how crazy it is these days, man. So yeah, don't be too weirded out. Just understand it is a reason why we are putting this out there. Now, I didn't even know they was going to specify this. I just added this video today. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I just added it to it. I didn't even listen to it. But I'm glad she said that as well because, you know, it needs to be specified. You feel me? But yeah, let's get back into it.
Reporting live in Metairie, I'm Morgan Lentis, WGSU News.
Now, this is the video again, so you can see her doing this. At some point in time, something should have stopped you. Way, way ahead of this. This is pure hatred and evil. I don't understand how she can actually live with herself. And then she at the goddamn hospital. She got the nerve to be there. Probably finna try to act like she crazy or something. And to be stuffed in one of them damn buckets, man. They so narrow. They so small. And for you to fit a child in there, it's just crazy.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. There is grief and anger in Harahan tonight after a stunning crime. The sheriff says a 6-year-old was found in a bucket.
A neighbor gave us surveillance video showing what appears to be the suspect transporting the bucket. And before we show it to you, you should know that this is unsettling. You can see the woman in the distance. She is pulling a wagon with a bucket inside. The bucket was later found on the lawn of the child's biological mother, who lives nearby. Police believe the suspect is the girlfriend of the child's father. Now, she was arrested and is facing a first-degree murder charge.
Eleanor Tabone heard from the sheriff earlier this evening. She has tonight's update.
Jefferson Parish officials say 7:30 Wednesday morning, a father walked into the Harahan Police Department. to report his 6-year-old and 43-year-old girlfriend missing.
The biological mother of the child lives approximately 1 block away around the corner. Upon arriving at that location, they located best to be able to describe it, maybe a 10-gallon bucket. It's a chlorine bucket on the front lawn of the mother's house. When they opened up that bucket, they found the 60-year-old deceased inside that bucket.
Tuesday night, a neighbour's home surveillance captured this, seemingly a woman pulling a wagon with a bucket in it.
It looked as if somebody was just walking down the street pulling a wagon.
Sheriff Joe Lapinto says inside that bucket was 6-year-old Bella Fontanelle. But the sheriff does not believe the child's mother and father are involved.
We believe the child was at the father's house, which happens to be about a block away, and then transported over to the mother's house and then taken out of a wagon.
The suspect is the father's girlfriend, Hannah Landon.
We were able to locate her at one of the local hospitals. She is now in JPSO custody, where she'll hopefully later be booked with at least 1 count of first-degree obstruction of justice.
One neighbour told me he saw Bella and her family biking around the neighbourhood just 2 weeks ago. Neighbours tell Eyewitness News that this is a very quiet neighbourhood. They say it's very family orientated. Many neighbours telling us that they're still in shock that this happened.
This was beyond shock. It's got me shaking just thinking about it, that something like this could happen.
It's shocking. Absolutely. It's very upsetting. This doesn't happen here, and I feel so bad for the family.
The city of Harahan is still safe.
Authorities did reassure the community that there is no threat to public safety. This tragedy, however, has rocked this close-knit community.
It's just shocking that it happened so close to where I have a family. And
I like the fact that they do say that, it's not a threat to public safety, but it really is, though. Hypothetically speaking, it's just my opinion on this situation. And what I mean by that is, you got somebody that's really sick in the mind like this, they're liable to do anything. Like I always say, man, in these type of situations, they should be taken out instantly. It shouldn't be nothing to go to trial for, talk about it, none of this shit. Get their ass up out of here. It's not a reason for them to be living and breathing this good, free air that's out here, man. They're not worthy. They beneath. They should be obliterated instantly. That's just my thoughts and opinions. Now, I don't condone violence and things like that, but in a situation like this, man, I'm pretty sure 99% of human existence will agree with me when I say that this person's life should be taken instantly in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Really, I feel like it should be done the same way that the child was done, but they don't even deserve that. I think that this shit should be taken to a whole nother level when you do things like this. Now, I want to know what y'all feel about that. Don't think I condone violence, but in situations like this, I'm definitely agreeing with something to be done to these people who do something to others. That's just my personal opinion on it. I'm sticking with it. If you don't agree with it, man, that's okay. Y'all can believe in forgiving folks, but when it comes to things like this, hell nah, ain't no forgiving. Let's get back into it.
Raising my family.
According to the sheriff, Landon and the father had been together for several years, but reiterated that the father is not a suspect at this time. Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.
Well, Bella went to St. Matthew the Apostle. The school sent a message to its parents saying the school will be closed tomorrow and Friday.
Disturbing Ring camera video shows a parent's worst nightmare after a woman in Louisiana allegedly killed her boyfriend's 6-year-old daughter,
stupid as fuck.
put her body in a 10-gallon bucket, and left the little girl's body on her mother's front lawn.
The manner of death is homicide. Multiple injuries, and I'm not going to get into details regarding the injuries because this is still a fluid investigation.
Officials in the New Orleans suburb of Harahan, Louisiana, call the incident a, quote, big shock to a small community. Wednesday morning, 6-year-old Bella Fontanelle's father reported his daughter missing. Hours later, the kindergartner's body was discovered in a bucket on her mother's front lawn.
When they opened up that bucket, they found the 60-year-old deceased inside that bucket. It turned into a homicide investigation. Obviously, at that point, homicide detectives from Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office were called out to the scene.
Investigators say the woman responsible for Fontanelle's death is her father's girlfriend, 43-year-old Hannah Landon, who also goes by the names Boonok Lim and Boonok Landon. Ring security video shows what appears to be the girlfriend transporting the 10-gallon bucket in a wagon.
We were able to find numerous video from different households in the neighboring area, which showed her pulling a wagon down late last night with the bucket inside the back of that wagon.
Landon allegedly pulled the wagon down the street with no attempt to hide the dead child, even as a vehicle drives past her. Investigators believe Landon killed the little girl at her father's home and moved her body about 1 block away to her mother's house.
I mean, both him and the mother are certainly extremely upset, which you would imagine on any person that lost a 6-year-old.
Officials say they later found Landon at a local hospital, but did not explain why she was there. She was taken into custody and booked in the Jefferson Parish Jail. So far, investigators have not revealed a motive in this case, but believe that Fontenelle's biological parents were not involved in her death.
We ended up doing extensive interviews with both the mother and the father, the biological mother and the father. We do not believe that they are involved in any foul play involved with the death of Miss Belafonte, who is the 6-year-old that is deceased.
Landon is now charged with first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. Right now, she's being held without bond. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
R.I.P. to Bella, it's a sad situation, man. To actually have to walk outside and actually see your child in that type of state gotta be, man, just horrible, man. I mean, man, it's just too much to process. I'm already knowing, man, just to go out there, just actually see this. Man, that'll miss somebody up for real, for life. I'm telling you. Ain't no way in the hell she should be living, man, after doing something like this. You got that much hatred in you for the next person to do a child like this, man, you're not right. You're not right. Something wrong with you. Something is mentally and spiritually wrong with you to be moving like this. And I feel like when a situation like this takes place, you can't even take these people to court. It shouldn't be nothing to talk about. None of that at all, period. It should just be over with instantly. But hey, I'm not going to keep on saying the same things over and over and over because I got a lot to say about this, but I got to keep it to a minimum. So, I'm going to go ahead and just be quiet before I end up getting this channel deleted or terminated for something that I'm going to say, But RIP to that baby, man. And I want to send my condolences out to the family and the father and the mother again. I'm sorry y'all went through that. I hate that for y'all, man. I know that's got to be a parent's worst nightmare. That is. I'm talking about that is a parent's worst nightmare, man, for real. Right next to losing your child to the system or anything like that, man. Overall, man, I do want to know what everybody feel about this situation. Ain't no way in the hell she should be a free woman in no way, shape, form, or fashion. She shouldn't be out here or able to be free or eligible for any type of bail or anything like this. She should just be instantly taken out, in my opinion. But that's all I got to say about the situation, man. I do want to know what everybody feel about this. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe if you like my commentary. If you don't like my commentary, I really ain't doing no tripping. Thank y'all for being here, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. All right.